Uh-huh. Got it. Thanks, I appreciate it. Listen, come by the office one of these days and let's get a drink. I'll hold you to it. All right then, talk soon. I like to think that if it's an uphill struggle, at least there will be a good view from the top. Always thinking of the details, Amira. That's what I like about you. I don't wish to take up more of your time than is necessary. I have good news. We have our foot through the door. That was an old friend from my university days. He owns an AI investment company. He runs around the same circles as the people from Wu Wang. He is arranging a meeting with Miss Shi. I might have arranged the meeting and I can make the right phone calls, but you have the ingenuity and discretion in your repertoire. You will be meeting with Miss Shi under the pretense that you're a wealthy private investor with close ties to the National Providence Fund. Exactly. It's one of the few government-owned services that hasn't been bought out yet. Wu Wang wants them bad. They won't refuse a meeting like this. Don't worry. This will be a exploratory conversation. You won't be talking details. Our agenda is to dig deeper, find a lead, something that ties Wu Wang to the bribery of government officials. You'll be attending under the name Maria Murad. Forgive me, I couldn't resist. Keep the conversation casual. Remember, they are trying to win you over. Thank you. I'll wait for word.
Amira, what excellent timing. I had a suspicion our paths would cross again. I was here before you. I should be asking if you're following me. Since the private investigator I asked to help me won't investigate on my behalf, I've been forced to take on the unsavory task myself. Turns out the information my ill-fated engineer, Mr. Pan, discovered was not just about the ingenious idea of a 3-tier water subscription service. Details, as I was saying. Not just about the water subscription, but also information about Wu Wang. Oh, now, that would be telling. You might find it useful to know Xu Enling has a terrible memory. She's got post-its dotted about her office. One of them looked like a password hint. I have a mind for being successful and fabulous. Groundwork isn't my specialty. I leave that to the, specialists. Perhaps you'll have more luck. I'll level with you, Amira. My meeting with Xu Enling hasn't borne the fruits of information I had hoped. But maybe yours will. Who or what are you supposed to be? Maria Murat. An anagram of your name? Oh, really, Amira? I expected more from you. That's the world we live in. Oh, absolutely. We can't have you missing your meeting now, can we? We can't have you missing your meeting now, can we?
I tried to get her to admit to dodgy dealings, but she plays the game well. But still, I learned a few things that might be of interest. Wu Wang is embarking on this campaign, I suppose you can call it. They're building a portfolio of public service assets.
I question the ethics, but no crime in that.
She said the Singapore Providence Fund would be a pleasing final piece of the puzzle. I did find some strange emails pertaining to what seems to be bank information. It was too light on detail to be above board. The sender is a HW teller at maestromail.com.
A generic account from a generic email service.
Tracing the emails back to a definitive source, that's the problem. And without that, we're at a dead end.
What about the name? HW teller. Doesn't that tell us something? Could it be a play on words? Some sort of hint to head in the right direction?
Teller. Another word for storyteller?
Or someone who works in a bank. For a place filled with law types and do-gooders, this office is awfully easy for a criminal to walk into.
Miss Marlowe, what are you?
Marlowe? The Letitia Marlowe?
People used to say that with awe, you know. Not with a confusion of disgust and shock.
How did you find me here?
You're not the only one who can do a bit of sleuthing.
I assume this isn't a social call?
Well, I had thought we might go for another drink.
Ignore her, she's being cheeky. We crossed paths at a bar when I was working the Gilbert Marr lead. We do not, as she appears to be implying, socialize.
Oh, pity. I suppose you don't want my help then. Such a shame for my wealth of knowledge to go unshared.
Whatever you're doing right now isn't amusing, Letitia.
Whereas watching you scramble about in the dark,
You've got a lot of swagger for a criminal about to be cuffed.
When you know as much as I do, swagger is inevitable. You think that delivery to Miss Chu was an act of divine intervention?
That was you?
Like I said, I might be of help.
But how did you arrange a delivery of champagne so quickly?
Is that what Miss Chu said was delivered?
From her happy investment partners.
Clever. She's obviously on a mission to impress you. There was no champagne. It was a delivery of nothing. A false alarm. I should know. It was me who made the call. Feel free to thank me. And
It's time to give the act up, Letitia. Quit being mysterious. What do you know?
HW Teller. HW stands for Halliday Wealth, a wealth management subsidiary of Bickerstaff Brothers Financial. It's an offshore bank with branches across the world. I'm willing to bet Halliday Wealth is known only to those who are looking to stay under the radar, if you get my drift.
What evidence do you have of this?
The art of conversation with several government officials has led me to the knowledge that many of them use Halliday Wealth.
It's not a crime to use a bank account.
Justin's right. The way I see it, you've got nothing.
Do you have any actual evidence that Halliday Wealth's dealings are shady?
Call it well-informed intuition. Let's just say the kinds of people I've been crossing paths with lately, if the outer apple is rotten, it's likely the core is too.
And who have you been crossing paths with lately?
You should know Amira. A good investigator never gives away her sources.
That's journalists.
Whatever, you know what I mean. At some point, Amira, you need to realize you and I will work better as accomplices, not enemies. Now, I am going to leave, and you are going to let me.
Is that right?
When you're finished overanalyzing which side of the law is which, and you realize that all that matters is finding the truth, give me a call. Maybe I can help.
No. Let's let her be for a while longer. She's helping even if her methods are shady. We need all the help we can get.
It's hard not to admire her confidence.
Those emails could be our way of finding concrete evidence of bribery.
What are you saying?
Maybe she's right. Perhaps we need a new approach. Truth is what matters here. If Letitia has skills and knowledge that can help us access those emails.
I think we all know that's not something I'm allowed to do, or to help you do. But, as far as I'm concerned, I've told you where I stand on things. Whether you choose to listen is, well, entirely up to you.
I'd appreciate that.
Right. Let's get you paid for your hours. Right. Let's get you paid for your hours. But you have the just about legal go-ahead to work with Miss Marlowe in pursuing the Bickerstaff Wu Wang lead. It wasn't easy to swing this, Amira. You need to know that if this goes wrong...
Oh, let me guess. Heads will roll. Our heads, to be precise.
Something like that. There is only so far the law can bend before it breaks.
I'll give her a call. I'll let you know what we find.
Good luck, Amira.
Hello, stranger. I hoped I'd hear from you. You flatter me.
Oh, let me guess. Heads will roll. Our heads, to be precise.
I can't think of anything else I'd rather do with my time. Well then, I suppose all that's left for me to say is woof. I do hope the breadcrumb trail leads us somewhere with a beach. I miss my sun-chasing trips, my jet-set life. Aww. By the way, is the tracer implant really necessary, Amira? The idea of a metal capsule under my skin, beaming my location like I'm some endangered animal in a conservation project. Finished ignoring me, have you? I didn't bring my travel pillow. I assume we're traveling first class, so I shan't need it. I can't be expected to work in these conditions. Whatever. Very well. Thanks to recent crackdowns on illegal transactions, Offshore banks like Bickerstar don't keep information in the cloud. All records are kept in servers within the physical branches. The emails you liberated should offer a clue to where we need to go. They won't have addresses in them if they're being covert, but there might be something we can use to figure it out. The Seychelles, this is me. Who wouldn't want to overshadow paradise with shady banking practices? I'm telling you, Amira, I can feel it in my bones. This is the one.
Excellent work, Amira.
I have to admit, Letitia's been quite the asset on this mission. I couldn't have done it without her.
We do make an excellent criminal duo. When you're not complaining.
Well, thank you for your hard work, Letitia. But it's time for you to return to Singapore. Amira, I'll catch up with you on your return.
We'll be back soon.
Sorry, Amira. What was that? All I could hear was the sound of the ocean, complemented by the sound of a cocktail sipped through a straw. If you don't mind, I'm trying to relax. Tough day at the office. Which is precisely why you need to relax. Can you blame me? Fine. You're the boss. Perhaps we should head off. What harm could it do? This is the life. To a job well done. I don't. I just needed the manager to think I did. Asking him outright about his children might otherwise have seemed a little odd. For someone clever, Amira, you're a little slow on the uptake. I say what I need to get what I want. Healthy doses of reverse psychology can be helpful too, every now and then. With the figurative lead so short, I can hardly be blamed for clawing my way to freedom. Now, I don't want you to take this personally, Amira. I really have enjoyed working together. It's just that prison cells play havoc with my joie de vivre. See you around, Amira.
Amira, check your news stream.
It's nice to have you back safe and sound, Amira.
Yes, of course, but first, stream the news.
What site?
Channel 6 News.
What is this? Wu Wang Towers? Drone footage of Xu Enling's arrest? Wow, that's a lot of news drones.
It's quite the feeding frenzy.
That's quite the public takedown. I can't imagine Wu Wang's reputation surviving this.
Let me reassure you, shareholders and the general public. Wu Wang is about a better future, a better Singapore, about high-quality public services, healthcare, green energy, unlimited server space. We have big plans here at Wu Wang. And we will not let the actions of one misguided individual derail it. Thank you.
Looks like someone's well practiced at press conferences. I spoke too soon. Looks like Wu Wang are doing everything they can to wash the mud off. How is Miss Shi getting along in her new offices?
First, Amira, I am glad you're back safe and sound.
Albeit via the unintentional scenic route.
You play with fire, you end up getting burned. We all knew Letitia was trouble.
I doubt Justin's going to be as forgiving. What was it you said? If it goes wrong, heads will roll?
Well, I hope I was being dramatic. Justin will be the judge of that. He's far from impressed, as you can imagine.
Believe me, I'm far from impressed too. Any idea where the backstabber went?
You'll have to talk to Justin. Shi Enling has been in police custody less than a day and she's already causing trouble. And Justin wants you to talk to her.
Any idea what it's about?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but...
Okay, I got it. Talk to Justin. Wait, I'm not under arrest, am I?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Amira. You know, I had a nagging feeling you'd eventually catch up. I suppose there's no avoiding you forever. I heard on the grapevine that Miss Shu isn't taking responsibility for the engineer's death. I've told you I have friends in strategic places. There's a world out there begging me to explore it. Why should the truth complicate matters? Back to captivity? Really, Amira? I'm having far too much fun to do anything you tell me to. Oh, so somber, Amira. You should try the coffee here. I'm not sure how to answer that. I've never been called a wild goose before. You're done. You sound like my soon-to-be ex-wife.
Welcome, Amira Darma, or Maria Marad, if you prefer. These days, we require a lot from our mechanical helpers. We program them to perform certain functions, But we also want them to reason, to understand, to not have every line of code dictated. This is where we put them to the test, to check to see whether they have the right mix of reasoning and adaptability. Nothing like a bit of life or death stakes to get the brain cogs turning. This really isn't the sort of place a busy man like me should be. I'm not out to hurt anyone. Yes, but where is the profit in that? By doing things differently, I ensure economic survival. Image is very important in this day and age. I can't help but notice you're on a misguided path to ruin mine. Your little mission to dig deeper into my company's dealings isn't a welcome spotlight. What a shame. You stumbled into an old AI machine testing facility and in doing so, met an unfortunate end. The survival you should be focusing on is your own.
Don't get your handcuffs in a twist, Amira. This is not my doing. I'm here to help. I saw someone leaving in a limo. Justin's not the only one with access to tracking tech. I may have hidden a tracking device in your torch. Do we really have time to dwell on this now? I wouldn't be so foolish to think you can't handle a situation. Though I would point out that you are on that side of the door and I'm on this side of the door. Why didn't you call for backup? Off switches are usually big red buttons, right? There's nothing like that in here, at least not anymore. Looks like a few of the essentials have been removed. Safety overrides won't be getting you out of this one. It would appear the test for robot intelligence is essentially an escape room. Used to be really popular at the turn of the century. But they can still be found. Perfect for a team-building activity. Escape rooms are filled with clues and riddles. You have to find them and figure them out. Only escape rooms are not usually overseen by a power-hungry businessman with murder. The stakes aren't usually so high on corporate getaways.
Hats off to the both of you. You do know how to get out of a dire situation.
Surviving the jaws of death feels like a mission triumph to me.
What a long night.
Night's not over yet.
You certainly don't shy away from poking the hornet's nest.
What a long night. Sri Enling has a few things to answer for, and Claudius Dye is still out there.
I was wrong to doubt you, Amira. Limited time and sleep have me on the ropes. Any luck on bringing in Laetitia?
She helped me out, actually. Without her knowledge of escape rooms, I might not have figured things out in time.
And where is she now?
Difficult to say.
Look, I know I said payment was dependent on bringing Laetitia in, but what you've given me is good enough to get a warrant. And your commitment to the cause should be rewarded. Thank you, Amira.
Thank you, Amira, for not sending me to my cage.
The least I can do, since you helped me out of one.
And thank you, Keeran, for keeping silent on the matter.
I've learned to trust Miss Darma's instincts.
I say it's time to celebrate. Death cheated, tick. Warrant in process, tick. How about a few drinks out on the town? Cocktail, anyone?
No offense, Laetitia, but it'll be a while before you and I share a drink again.
A kind offer, Miss Marlowe, but I best be going.
Thank you for dropping by, Keeran. Let's just hope that Warren pans out. If anyone should be behind bars, it's Claudius Dye.
I'm certain the wine house is missing our presence, Amira. Don't you ever sleep? What work is so important it needs your attention at this time of night?
Justin, calling so soon? I can't imagine it's good news.
I thought you want to know. Shu Enling was found dead in her cell.
Did?
It looks like suicide, but
But
in-cell footage was erased. External footage too.
that doesn't sound like suicide to me.
I'll keep you updated. The cogs are turning a little slow for the Claudius Dye warrant, but we'll get there, I hope.
Any for your thoughts, Amira? I'd say Miss Shu's crime was knowing too much. The question is, can we prove it? The wine house will have to wait.
Only human. Only human. Should have done what I was told. What are you doing here? You, Amira Darma, are the least of my worries. Fair share? What about life is fair? These services are not human rights, they are human needs. And what better commodity is there than something people need?
I hate to be the one to say it, but the power of life shouldn't be in the hands of those who answer to shareholders.
I don't have time for this. Dear God, get out. Both of you.
Whew, that tips the balance.
Go! Now! I am not your puppet!
Looks like Claudius Dye took himself out of the gene pool.
I can't believe you didn't inform me of her whereabouts.
Do you think perhaps you're focusing on the wrong aspect of all of this, Justin? Not only was Laetitia innocent the whole time, honestly, I don't think I could have done this without her.
Even when she drugged your drink and ran?
I'm trying not to dwell.
The law is the law, Amira. But I'll admit, sometimes there are grey areas.
You mean?
Keeran and I managed to pull some strings. She'll still have to answer for illegally breaching the temporary probation, but I'm sure it won't be more than a fine and a stern word. Singapore is, after all, a fine city.
Surely your jokes are punishment enough? I do hope this is the "you're free to go" speech I've been waiting for.
Laetitia, what are you doing here?
Letitia, I hear you've been a great asset in the investigation.
Thank you, Mr. Iyer. Now, Detective.
Superintendent.
Yes, I see you've managed to get your holotech working. I believe you're about to say something about my bravery paving the way to my freedom.
I was saying that we managed to pull some strings. You are no longer under surveillance, Miss Malu.
Excellent. Oh, my bank heist plans have really been hindered by.
And I would appreciate it if you kept such humor to a minimum in my presence. My blood pressure truly cannot handle it.
I could say the same for your humor.
Anyway, I'm pleased to confirm all those files were full of exactly what we needed.
Never mind survival of the fittest. What Claudius had planned was survival of the richest.
We now have evidence that Claudius was the one pulling the strings, the instigator of the bribes. Shu Wenling was just a foot soldier, like she said.
And the Carl Pan file?
All locked away in evidence. There's no doubt Claudius commissioned the death of your engineer.
Any luck finding evidence of him killing Miss Xu?
Unfortunately, no. For someone so tech-averse in his record keeping, he did quite a number on the station's security cameras.
What I don't get is why Claudius killed himself.
Perhaps he was afraid his murderous business dealings were about to come to light.
Could be that's what spooked him. Did you find anything on his computer? Things seemed to escalate when I switched it on.
The computer was a mess, I'm afraid. Our team is trying to piece it together, but I doubt it's salvageable.
Are we sure it was suicide?
There was a bullet hole in the window behind him. Forensics say it's consistent with suicide.
Then why was the computer broken?
I can only assume he shot the computer before turning the gun on himself.
I'm sure I heard only one shot.
You sure? Could have missed it in the chaos of the moment.
I'm usually clear-headed about these things.
Unless something new comes to light, we're drawing a line under this. Well, my mountain of admin won't solve itself, so until next time, be good, Letitia.
Doesn't he know not to say things like that to people of my personality type?
With the publicity of recent events, the good news is that companies queued up to make deals with Wu Wang are all retreating.
Wu Wang will spring back. They already have a new CEO of Southeast Asia lined up. The new CEO is already on a goodwill campaign. He's all about Wu Wang's pivot to a greater good.
I suppose we're seeing a faint light at the end of this dark tunnel, but it's always darkest before dawn. We've got more work to do. It's been a pleasure working with you, Amira. A pleasure in so much as trying to piece this city together can be. I've made sure you're well compensated for what I can only describe as a feat of heroic sleuthing. I hope we get to work together in the future. The city isn't going to fix itself. We could reshape it, one jagged edge at a time.
Any chance you want to put that paycheck towards a fabulous new coworker? Turns out there's not much demand for an ex-CEO who's had her name dragged through the mud. And I suppose solving the odd crime here and there isn't the worst thing to do. I know, some of the mud was my own doing. My moral compass might not point exactly towards north, but now I've got a bit of a taste for the crime-solving business. For what it's worth, I was super careful with the dosage. Because when all is said and done, we make a great team. No further comments. Yes, floor space. That'll make this place corporate perfection.